Hello everybody, John here, and today onto the garage we're having another episode of the Xk8 show. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the channel, we're a YouTube based channel that's really built into a community, more of a club more than anything else, but completely free, that get involved in all sorts of exciting and interesting things that we can do in our garages. We have a huge bias towards Jaguars and particularly the Xk8, my favourite car of all time. But also very much into Volkswagens, camper vans, tinkering around with all sorts of playthings, particularly if they make noises, sparks and bangs. So if that sounds like your bag, then please consider subscribing and supporting the channel in that way. There's never going to be any charge to be involved. So first thing for the regulars, we are still going through our voting process for the Xk8 XKR calendar photo competition, which the voting ends at the end of September 2020, and we'll start to bundle up those votes and work out which pictures are going to end up in the calendar. If you haven't done so already, then please click the link in the description below to cast your vote. Please don't try and cast votes more than once, as I do have a reasonably effective system for detecting that, and it's not about that. You know, this is interesting, it's fun, and it's to celebrate the people who sent in the photos. We only had one incidence of many votes from the same place. It was 2 lots of 26, so it was reasonably easy to spot. But other than that, everything's been cool, and I'd really enjoy seeing the rest of your votes. The votes have been cast from around the world. There's a little map popping up now, hopefully showing the locations with the majority of the votes are coming from. Still lots of the world still to cast their vote, so looking forward to seeing some more. Right, on with the meat of today's show. And today's show is all around one car. So this beauty belongs to Luca Manni, who hails from Italy, and he owns a very unusual, nay unique vehicle, because he owns the only road-going private RSR powered Jaguar XKR. So if you're not familiar, RSR is a brand name, and it's the name of the team that basically runs the American Le Mans series of race cars. They are officially recognised by and affiliated to Jaguar, and as such they produce one-off engines, components, all sorts of kit and trickery to make their race cars win. This is Luca, and Luca is lucky enough to be friends with the CEO of RSR Jaguar USA, Tony Gentilozzi, and was able to purchase from Tony a complete monoblock for one of their race engines. Shiny, but is there any difference, I hear you cry? Well, this is on the left a standard bore piston, and on the right the piston that Luca had to get made up to fit the new engine. The engine started off as a 4.2 in the standard car, but is now 4.8, and everything about this car is obviously built with racing in mind. And so the parts that Luca's had made up also match that aspiration. This is beautifully machined pistons from CSL, which fill up the new enlarged bores rather well. So Luca was able to build and manufacture parts to build his very own RSR engine for an XKR road car, and in doing so he had to get some serious mods done.
This is the more big tractor body from Maxbor, USA, 79 millimeters. And this is the work that I do. Here. working the air induction for the supercharger.
So Luca's not just a catalogue improver. He's doing some of the work himself. Some of it is buying in skills as well. This is the supercharger, which you can see 2 pockets either side of the main cavity have been welded over. And here we can see the actual aperture that does the business in the supercharger port being enlarged on a CNC mill. So this is not a quick bolt together job, and many parts of this vehicle have been enhanced in order to maximise the gains, the improvements from having this rather unique power plant. A Quaife limited slip diff is installed in the rear end to keep some of the traction in place. Improved anti-roll bars of bigger diameter. That's something I'd be interested in. And as you've seen from a previous video, this is actually one of my dream mods. I want to spend some money on some really upgraded and improved dampers. But Luca has gone a step further and got fully adjustable wishbones. And that full system is showcased here. Sports catalytic converters to improve flow at the front end of the exhaust system. As you can see, he's gone ceramic wrapped, and that links into a MagnaFlow center box and 2 tail boxes with twin round exit pipes. And so it's not even a over-the-top roaring snarling sound, quite a refined sound. There's still plenty of silencing left in there. And as you'd expect, the engine bay is a peach. You can see the modified intake system there in a little bucket off to the left. Can't do that degree of modifications without needing some serious remapping and tuning. And here we can see one of the dyno runs that Luca has got on film, and you actually see the large rear wing in place on this one. Something that's been added later by Luca. Images like this will no doubt conjure many questions for you in terms of horsepower and torque and all the rest of it. Obviously Luca will know when this goes live, and you can ask him the questions in the comments below. The car has appeared in a lot of magazines, Growler, Jaguar World, etc. That we would see in the UK, but equally it's been in a lot of international magazines that we wouldn't see but are popular in Italy and the States. So this is actually quite a well-known vehicle. The interior, as you saw in the opening shots, has been fully modified, has the diamond stitching, etc. So there's not much of this car that hasn't been played with and optimized for what Luca wants. But for me, the actual best bit is one of the subtlest bits. It's this bonnet. I love it. I love the fact that it's not obvious. So there's a knacker duct in the bonnet which feeds the box underneath the bonnet where his air intake system is. But this is the best bit, that the hot air extraction point, which just looks like it should be there. That for me is art. That is so subtle and so good. Top man. Well done, Luca. For me, that is a little bit of perfection. Luca does have a YouTube channel which I invite you to go and check out and subscribe. And as you'll notice by the header banner, he's also into his Harley Davidsons, and you can see on that, and you can follow links to Facebook, etc. Some more details about this car and his Harley, and get the impression that Luca is a man who likes perfection. So thank you very much for sharing those images, and I'm sure you'll be able to have some good conversations with Luca in the comments below. Well, I'm sure you'll all agree that that is a fantastic car and one we'll watch, because I don't think it's finished. I suspect that Luca may carry on a little further. Are we right, Luca? So, those of you who watch the programme regularly will notice that my Lisp is improving or going away. I don't know if improving is the right word. So, hopefully that will be gone by the time you see the next video. But thanks to all the well-wishers who are kind of wondering what's going on there. I ain't telling you. It's weird, but I'm not telling you. So, the next few things to come out of the channel are going to be how to drive Xk8, which is queued up, and I'm just waiting for a nice sunny day in order to film the last little bit on that. I've got about half a dozen secrets to the Xk8 videos, which are I've got bits and pieces of film and ideas, but they're not completed, and we'll be getting onto them real soon. Olive is out of the garage, so that's the T2, and undergoing road testing to find out if there's any mechanical bits and pieces I need to do to her, and she will have a speed run or two, see what we can do with her, and a few odds and sods going on with Betsy the T4. The Gravity Racer, which is in the side of the garage, a few of you have commented on, is a project I started about 2 years ago to try and make sort of a Red Bull Challenge type chariot that was over-engineered, but in a to the garage style, so not that beautiful. Yes, I intend to get that out, and next year it's going to be competing in some downhill runs with videos for your amusement. So that's what's going on there. So last thing to cover is, don't forget to go over to the website as well, www.tothegarage.co.uk, and check out some of the good stuff that's on there. It's becoming the home for all of the documents that we as a little community are accumulating, and is getting a lot of good use. So if you want to check out, for instance, Gary Van Remortel's latest Xk8 Bible, which was updated just this week yet again, then click on the Xk8 Bible and other useful documents page, and there you can view all of these things, from Gary's Bible to workshop manuals to lists of codes, etc, etc. And we'll hope to improve the little links that we got on there to more and more documents as we go forward, concentrating on the Xk8 obviously. We also have the link to the official shop where you can buy a little bit of merchandise, and that, other than subscribing to the channel and contributing to the chat, is the only way we're ever expecting anybody to support the channel. So if you'd like to buy a sticker, head on over there and you'll find those things. We've had a lot of questions about what's coming next in terms of merchandise. Where can I get these calendars? Well, the calendars don't exist yet, but they'll be on this tab, as will in the future probably some t-shirts and a few other things we've got in the background which are a little bit secret at the moment. But there's lots of other things if you click the More tab that you may not have noticed, including the blog, where some of the more sort of written elements are kept. And yeah, rainy days, there's always something to check out on the website. And there ends another Xk8 show. So only one vehicle this time, but I'm trying to keep the length of the videos down, and there was a lot to share on Luca's car. Please have a chat with him in the comments below. Check out his channel, that'd be great. We've invested in some significantly better broadband, which I'm hoping is going to click into place in the next 3 weeks or so. We live out in the sticks, and that means that maybe we can go back to trying out some of the live broadcast stuff, maybe even doing the quizzes live, stuff like that. So looking forward to it. Lots to come. If you've sent in information for things like the Xk8 show and photos, please don't worry, it's all in there. It just, I've only got so much time in the day. Love you all. Stay safe. Bye.